It's really light. Oh man, that is not bad at all. Back up the hill. Oh, I think my kids just might be able to take care of this. Good morning. I have already got the shop cleared out this morning, made room so we can do some work today. We got a big project. We are going to be building a portable chicken coop. These wheels have been on the back of this door for probably about 2 months. You guys have probably seen it on a dozen videos now. Today's the day we're finally gonna use them in our portable chicken coop. And this will be the base of our entire mobile coop here. This is 10 feet long, and the main coop will be 6 foot by 6 foot with another 4 feet up front for the handles and just the ability to pick it up and drag it around the property as needed. But first thing first, I need to trim just a little bit off of each of these, bring them down to 118.5 inches. All right, to make my frame, I need 2 2x4s. Gonna cut them down to 69 inches. And 172. This will be the front bar that we use as the handle also. And to finish off the floor, we're gonna need the 4 floor joists also cut down to 69 inches. Hey. All right, so we got everything pretty much for our floor right here. I'm gonna go ahead and mark these to where the joists are gonna go. I'm gonna space them 12.5 inches. All right, now we can start getting this thing put together. I'm gonna try to build it right here on the trailer. And for the other side, hope it stays. Be close. All right, so now our frame, or our flooring basically, should fit right between here. Just like that. All right, and our scrap we're gonna be utilizing, we need some like corner braces, so we're gonna cut these down to, I believe 17. Yeah, they should work just fine. So set this down at 45. There you go. All right, just like that. Help keep it all nice and square. All right, before I get too much farther and get this thing covered up, I do need to get my location for my axle and get the holes drilled for the axle to go through through here. So I think we're gonna go 24 inches from the back. Then I will just center that hole drilled in here. 1 3/4 inches. All right, before I get this all covered up and I don't have easy access, we're gonna go ahead and get our axles installed. Now, I'm gonna throw my tire on here quick too so I can see how much of this I need sticking out. I can push the rest of it in. Which these are about 3.5 inches thick, so I know I'm gonna have to go in a ways. Okay, so I gotta think this through before I finalize this, which I can still adjust it later, but the closer I can get it now, the better. But I'm gonna be tinning this, and these ridges stick out. So I need to think about, if this was on here, it needs to be out far enough that it's gonna miss all these ridges. So I'm not gonna go final tight, but this gives me enough to give me a good start. And I can always sneak under here and give it its final, but that'll give me just enough to miss all these, and then we got a nut still to go on here, so that should work for now. All right, we got the second axle installed and we are on to flooring. And for flooring, we are using 1 inch by 1 inch wire mesh. We just gotta lay it across the floor joist, staple it down, and build from there. Perfect. There we go, all meshed down, stapled down, secure. Next up are the roosting bars. I'm gonna basically take a bunch of 2x4s and I'm gonna rip them down and turn them into 2x2s. I'm gonna have them spaced on here. So at every seam where each wire mesh panel meets, I'll have a bar running across to fill that seam up, and then I'll have one at the halfway point. So basically every 12 inches I will have a roosting bar. Those same 2x4s I'm ripping down to 2x2s is what I will be using to make the walls and the roof structure for this whole thing, to save a little bit of weight and not use so much material. So for the next half an hour or so, I'll be on the table saw ripping down 2x4s. I'll see you after that. All right, last one just cut. Every other piece of equipment I have in this shop is attached to my dust collection system and it works very well. The only piece that does not quite function well, and I just haven't quite figured out, is the darn table saw, and it just coats you with everything. But every board is now ripped down to 2x2s. I cut them all down to the length before I even ripped them. So we have all the wall pieces, the roof pieces, we pretty much have everything ready to go to start screwing together, get these walls and roof complete. All right, now I can start laying out my walls. I figure I'll start on my side walls, stand them up, and I can work on my front and back. All right, I have both the top and the bottom for both walls. I'm gonna go ahead and mark one and then transfer that over to every other one of these quick. All right, here we go. And wall number 2. I got so excited about getting them walls up, I completely forgot about the roosting bars. So I should probably put those down here first before we get too far into this. But this is basically what it's going to look like. It's like that. A few screws, it'll be good. All right, all the roosting bars have been screwed down or in place. I went ahead and laid the sidewalls back up here, and I pre-drilled all the bottoms. So we can just flip this up, get it set where we need to, and we can get it screwed right down to the frame. And for the second wall. So the front here, laid out pretty much the same too. It's just be 2 studs going up. So I just gotta pull a couple measurements here quick. We'll know exactly where to place them. Okay, so it's actually easier for me to build this on the trailer. Just bring it on over here. Okay, so the front is on. That's centered in that wall will be the door that'll flip open, and that'll be where they can come in and out at. Now the back wall here is gonna be a little bit more intricate because I have a nesting boxes. I have a big metal roll-out egg box that I'm gonna have to incorporate back here, and this is where we'll be able to collect the eggs on the outside and make it extremely simple for the kids. Just walk up right behind, open up a flap, pull all the eggs out, and move on basically. So I'm gonna go run down to the shed. That's where I have it staged at. I built it like 5-6 months ago. I've had it for a while and just haven't used it yet. So I'm gonna go grab that, bring it up here, then we can use that, get some dimensions, figure out where it's gonna need to be placed in this wall. All right, this thing is massive. Oh, here we go. So it's gonna sit in there, but it's gonna sit in something like that. And we can collect the eggs right here. All right, so after some measurements and just kind of laying things out, this is the back wall. It's gonna be, the egg box itself is gonna be pushed up towards the top side of the wall, and there'll actually be a gap on the bottom, so they can still jump up a little bit to get on that little roosting bar to get into their egg box. But everything is where I think it needs to be. I've already pre-drilled everything, so now I can go ahead and start actually screwing it together. So we'll get this together quick, get it attached to the rest of it. Back wall ready to be installed, just like that. Grab my screw gun. All right, test fit of the egg box. Hopefully I did everything right and it'll slide right in. There are some bolt heads that are sticking out that made me have to make the opening bigger than I really wanted to because they have to slide by. Yeah, I can feel I'm kind of hitting them, but oh man, that's like perfect. Just like that. Pretty smooth. Oh man, that is just perfect. So I'm kind of getting to the point now where I need to drop this down to the ground so I can work on the higher parts. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and get this wheel axle kind of adjusted to where I need it to be. And then I can tighten it down, and then I can drop this whole thing down on the ground, on the wheels. Still gonna make the base up front, but that'll take just a couple of minutes. All right, we are close to getting this thing onto the ground. I want to get this front bar on, and then we'll get a couple legs on down low, and then we should be able to drop this thing. All right, and since these legs will be on the ground, I went ahead and cut them out of some green treat, pressure treated lumber, hoping that it'll last a little bit longer. So I'm gonna go ahead and pre-drill again, get a few more of these in here. All right, we have legs. Let's drop this thing to the ground. All right, so I'm gonna pull this back out, and we are going to attempt to get this on the ground. I think the easiest will be maybe this side. We'll get this side drop down. Hopefully it doesn't just like slip off those front sawhorses. Ah, there we go. Whew, not too bad. Let's see here. Just like that. I'm really curious just to see how easy this thing is to move around. I mean, lifting it, I mean, it's really light. Oh man, that is not bad at all. Back up the hill. Oh, I think my kids just might be able to take care of this. Wow, yeah, that pivot point where that axle at is just, it's like perfect. And I'm 6'3", and we still looks like I got a good few inches on the back before it really drags on the ground. So that, I think, is just about right. All right, not too shabby for day number 1, but my next step is the roof. And in order for me to build the roof, I need to get out all the metal tin that I'm gonna be using and measure where the screw holes are already at, and they're pre-existing because it's used tin. Now, I've been fooled before. Most of them are set at 24 inches, but last time I based it off that, one was not, and I had to recut it. So I'm gonna definitely be pulling this out, making a few measurements, getting it dialed into what it needs to be, and then we can go ahead and work on the roof. But it's already getting into late evening, and it'll be dark before I actually get done with any of that. So I'm gonna call today good. Check back for the next one, where we complete our portable chicken coop. Hope you enjoyed today's video. We'll see y'all next time. Later.